Hey guys, Sarah Ansboury here. We are in the Villages in Florida, so it's beautiful and sunny. We've got the outdoor ball today, which is great. We are going to talk a little bit about some ground strokes. I see these errors happen a lot, especially these golfers. If you're transitioning from golf to pickleball, there's a lot of footwork issues, and it's difficult to transfer your weight. As we're hitting through these shots, we have a tendency really just to use our upper body and generate most of everything with our paddle and with our arms, which works to a certain extent. But when you're looking at extending and getting better and making a higher quality of play, and also less injuries, so you're using your body more properly, which is always better, because then you get to play more pickleball. So what we're talking about is actually how to transfer your weight and get your body transitioning into the court. Okay, so when I'm doing that, the tendency when you're hitting a forehand is to square up your feet, and they get kind of underneath each other. Now, when you're playing golf, let's say, your tendency, what you want to do is you want to move laterally. Well, that's not what we do in pickleball. We're moving forward towards the net. So when your feet are too close together, it's really difficult to go forward. So we tend to hit from here or from here. Well, that's just using our arms and not enough of our actual legs and our body into it. So what we actually want to remind ourselves to do is, if I'm actually stepping forward, I'm actually getting in front of my body, and most of my power is actually coming from my weight transfer, not a lot of this. If I get stuck in too long of a swing, well, the court's pretty short. It's hard to control that. So what I'm actually doing when I'm about to hit a ground stroke is, from my split step, hopefully, which our split step helps us transition and shift our weight, I'm actually going to be stepping on my back foot, which for a forehand is going to be my right leg as a right-hander, and then I'm going to step into my left foot before I make my contact. Now, when I'm making my contact, I want it in front of my hip if possible, and I ideally want to reach out as far as I can and shift into that ball where I can kind of guide it forward. If I get too stuck in all these big swings, well, I'm using too much paddle swing, and it's not really helping with my consistency. So in actuality, I'm actually taking a pretty short swing. I'm firming up my wrists a little bit so I can actually make my compact, a shorter, more compact swing, so I can transition into the ball. It's very easy to do with that forehand when I'm going through. For a backhand, the tendency is the same thing. If I'm just going across my body like this, well, I'm only using my shoulder. My range of motion is much, much shorter than it can be. So if I'm actually stepping here with my right foot, oh wow, my left foot, then my right foot, then again I can transfer my weight into the ball. That's actually going to do a lot for me. Well, look how far my arm can go now compared to just this motion. Okay? And again, here, for me, I'm going to use my left hand to kind of give myself support and make sure I don't go too far back. I'm going to keep through here. Again, with a golfer has a tendency to go upwards, okay? And then, you know, all the way through. Well, on pickleball, if we kind of do that, we're going to get in trouble, and our paddle connection is going to be angled the wrong way. So if I'm down here nice and easy, I kind of think, you know, butt cap to hip as much as I can. From here, I'm making a much shorter, you know, compact motion, but longer in my range of motion and my weight transfer. So I have my friend here, and she's going to feed me some forehands, and I'm going to show you, you know, how I'm going to hit through those a little bit. Do the same thing at home. Grab someone to just give you some balls to work on these shots as much as possible, okay? Oh, that's a hard one. Okay, and a lot of times I'm just going to hold forward to kind of guide the ball longer. I'm on my toes. Can't get around that one. And I'm catching the ball in front as much as I can. And when I'm generating power, what I want to do is catch that ball before it bounces down again. So here's the bounce. I want to catch the ball as it's coming up from the bounce before it drops down again. That's going to generate more power. If I wait for it to drop too low, I'm going to lose the power from that ball. So this is much easier to shift into the ball. What I really want to do is line up my body towards the net, so I can kind of open at the end. Especially on the backhand, we really want to kind of open up if we're getting pulled out too far, because we want to guide that ball where we're going. But I really want to push, get my right leg in the ground and push off of that so I get more weight behind it. That's where power is going to come. You know, that's not talking about a slice. This is talking about really a flat or a topspin ball where I'm really utilizing my weight transfer to get my power, to get my control. Then I can do more. It's easier to work towards the net, okay?